Hi, my name is Brooke Lonergan, and this will be my project on organizational design, structure, and change. The objectives for this project are to analyze the organizational design, structure, and change of Starbucks. The objectives will be to identify the major issues that Starbucks faces, ramifications of their underperformance, organizational structure, design, and culture, Starbucks and their conscious culture, Kotter's 8-step change model to change the issue we have identified, challenges of change, and management strategies. The major issue in underperformance I found was actually innovation. Starbucks is known for their innovation, and they have been ahead of many companies in sustainability, providing education for employees, and creating a highly successful coffee giant. In 1995, they started the Grounds for Gardening program, promoting recycling of grounds and reusing of packaging. They were definitely ahead of their time, so it made it very difficult to understand why they received a lower score on the Fortune Most Admired list. After a little bit of research and piecing together some issues, the underperformance I found was the lack of innovation to adjust their app for the overwhelming amount of requests that it gets. I do think this is tied to the COVID-19 pandemic, and they have definitely been falling behind on this. The influx of online ordering after the pandemic was overwhelming enough for baristas to handle. But to further the issue, there is an insane number of modifications on orders and the new complicated trendy drinks that have been coming out. This could be because in the last year, 2.5 million people have joined the online app and reward program. This is causing unhappy employees who are flustered with the massive number of orders and the unlimited modifications, but also customers that do want face-to-face interaction or even just going through the drive-thru are having longer waits than ever. Unhappy customers and unhappy employees are two stakeholders not being taken care of. This is an issue dangling over the edge. This could lead to stock drops, decreasing of profits, and Starbucks could lose their values in conscious capitalism and conscious culture, and this is what makes Starbucks so successful. The current structure of Starbucks is a functional structure. It uses a geographic division, product-based division, and teams for higher organization and consistency within the company. In 2007, when Starbucks was rapidly growing, it led to a globalization of the company. This was great, but attention was drawing away from the customers. With the current issue we are facing, the focus on customers is still important to the employees, but on customers is the focus, but the focus on employees is kind of falling away. This could lead to a similar issue with a decrease in profits like in 2007. The lack of focus on employees is noticeable, and the overwhelming orders on top of maintaining the culture they've created, employees will get burnt out. The culture built within Starbucks focuses employees on servant leadership, relationship-driven service, being collaborative and communicative, being open, and promoting inclusion and diversity. These are all positive in their service to customers, but is it actually possible for customers to continue to function with the overwhelming orders from the app while also maintaining a culture that makes Starbucks so special? Starbucks is a leader in conscious culture. Their goal is not only to easily provide people with coffee, but it uses their business as an opportunity to make change. Their mission and values all embody conscious culture and has built a place where inclusion and opportunity and reflection on their impact is so important. This is something that comes from the top of their business to the bottom of their business. This is starting in corporate, and it's getting utilized all the way down to the baristas. So when we're trying to make a change, we're going to use the Kotter's 8-step change model. So we're going to start with the first change, and this is creating a sense of urgency, and this is going to start with the employees. This is taking a stand as employees because although Starbucks is a great company to work for, they're showing that they don't really know or care what's happening with the app. So this could be like not taking orders from online for a day as a group, or making a day in the life of a barista video to show corporate what they're dealing with, or even any other type of stand that an employee is comfortable with doing, and showing Starbucks how overwhelmed they are. The second step is building a coalition. This is creating a team to guide Starbucks to change, and it could be a mix of corporate managers and employees to go about adjusting the app to be more conducive for employees. The third step is strategic vision. This is using the team that you've built and planning a change to revamp the app and adjust the issues that you're facing, causing the overwhelming orders and being able to handle them. This could also be looking at stores and seeing if store organization needs to change for the increase of orders. Next is enlisting a volunteer army. This is putting together teams like technology, store planners, people involved in the hiring process, and all these groups will work together to make this big change happen. The fifth step is removing the barriers. This means predicting the problems that you will face. It might be that we have to make a bigger adjustment than originally thought, like their store was built for face-to-face service and not online ordering, so they might have to reorganize the store's structure, which could be a big issue. So in the next step, we're going to make that plan and we're going to create short-term wins. Because this is a potentially huge project and time-consuming, it's important to create smaller wins and create steps to a final goal that will give a sense of success and hope to those who are involved in the change. The seventh step is sustaining this acceleration. So using those small wins as motivation to keep working towards the final goal of change. Keep pushing forward, encourage those who are working to make the change happen. This could be from any level, corporate, management to employees. Having rewards for the little changes that we've been making and keep pushing forward. The last step we're going to look at is instituting the change we want. So keep practicing and working for the change we're creating, and even start small, maybe at one Starbucks location, use what we learned from that location and push forward and utilize the skills that we've learned to apply to more locations. So next we're going to predict the challenges. We know there will always be hiccups when there's change. For Starbucks, the challenges I expect are the massive number of changes and juggling all of them. Not only within maintaining that, but we need to maintain a high level of communication between all teams. And these teams are worldwide, so making sure that this transformation happens across all locations consistently. As leaders of innovation, I predict that they have practice for introducing new changes worldwide already. And so we're going to focus on communication. So an idea would be to have accessible forums that put out information that people need to make the change and have availability to see all the questions asked and all the answers so all the teams can have high levels of communication. And again, for transforming all locations, having practice stores for this big change and creating a process and a plan for the change will have an easy routine for when they make this transformation across the world. The last thing is management strategies to use and to avoid. When managing a company-wide change, like adjusting the Starbucks app and perhaps the organization of stores, it's important to figure out how to manage that change and do so well. Strategies that are positive or having a clear plan is important. You need to be transparent, have realistic expectations and share them with the group, and most of all, focus on being a conscious leader. Strategies to avoid are probably maybe hiding a challenge that is happening and maybe expecting the change to be immediate and not communicating with employees. And another issue is not providing a clear vision If people who are working towards this change don't know what the final vision or the vision of what you want is, how are they supposed to produce a result? Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day.